The 2020 Summer Olympics, officially known as the Games of the 32nd Olympiad and commonly known as Tokyo 2020, is a major international multi-sport event due to be celebrated in the tradition of the Olympic Games as governed by the International Olympic Committee. The Games are planned to be held from the 24th of July to the 9th of August 2020 in Tokyo, Japan. Tokyo was announced as the host city at the 125th IOC session in Buenos Aires, Argentina, on the 7th of September 2013. Tokyo previously hosted the 1964 Summer Olympic Games, and in 2020 will become the fifth city to host the Summer Olympic Games more than once. Tokyo will also be hosting the 2020 Summer Paralympics. Bidding. Tokyo, Istanbul and Madrid were the three candidate cities. The applicant cities of Baku and Doha were not promoted to candidate status. A bid from Rome was withdrawn. Vote 48 votes needed for selection in opening round and runoff, 49 in final round. The IOC voted to select the host city of the 2020 Summer Olympics on the 7th of September 2013 at the 125th IOC session at the Buenos Aires Hilton in Buenos Aires, Argentina. An exhaustive ballot system was used. No city won over 50% of the votes in the first round, and Madrid and Istanbul were tied for second place. A runoff vote between these two cities was held to determine which would be eliminated. In the final vote, a head-to-head contest between Tokyo and Istanbul, Tokyo was selected by 60 votes to 36. Development and preparation. The Tokyo metropolitan government set aside a fund of 400 billion yen Japanese yen to cover the cost of hosting the Games. The Japanese government is considering increasing slot capacity at both Haneda Airport and Narita Airport by easing airspace restrictions. A new railway line is planned to link both airports through an expansion of Tokyo Station, cutting travel time from Tokyo Station to Haneda from 30 minutes to 18 minutes, and from Tokyo Station to Narita from 55 minutes to 36 minutes. The line would cost 400 billion yen and would be funded primarily by private investors. But East Junior is planning a new route near Tamachi to Haneda Airport. Funding is also planned to accelerate completion of the Central Circular Route, Tokyo-Gakuen Expressway and Keno Expressway, and to refurbish other major expressways in the area. There are also plans to extend the Yuri-Kamo automated transit line from its existing terminal at Toyosu Station to a new terminal at Kachidoki Station, passing the site of the Olympic Village. Although the Yuri-Kamo would still not have adequate capacity to serve major events in the Odaiba area on its own, the organizing committee is headed by former Prime Minister Yoshiro Mori. Olympic and Paralympic Minister Toshiaki Endo is overseeing the preparations on behalf of the Japanese government. Sports. Following the 2012 Games, the IOC assessed the 26 sports held in London, with the remit of selecting 25 core sports to join new entrants golf and rugby sevens at the 2020 Games. In effect, this would involve the dropping of one sport from the 2016 Games program. This would leave a single vacancy in the 2020 Games program, which the IOC would seek to fill from a short list containing 7 unrepresented sports and the removed sport. Events such as modern pentathlon, taekwondo and badminton were among those considered vulnerable. On the 12th of February 2013, IOC leaders voted to drop wrestling from the Olympic program, a surprise decision that removed one of the oldest Olympic sports from the 2020 Games. Wrestling, which combines freestyle and Greco-Roman events, goes back to the inaugural modern Olympics in Athens in 1896. And even further to the ancient Olympic Games. The decision to drop wrestling was opposed in many countries and by their NOCs. Wrestling therefore joined other sports in a short list applying for inclusion in the 2020 Games. On 29 May 2013, it was announced that 3 sports made the final shortlist: squash, baseball, softball, and wrestling. 5 other sports were excluded from consideration at this point. On 8 September 2013, at the 125th IOC session, the IOC selected wrestling to be included in the Olympic program for 2020 and 2024. Wrestling secured 49 votes, while baseball, softball secured 24 votes and squash got 22 votes. Under new IOC policies that shift the Games to an event-based program rather than sport-based, the host organizing committee can now also propose the addition of sports to the program, with a particular focus on adding sports that are popular in the host country. As a result of these changes, a new shortlist of 8 sports were unveiled on the 22nd of June 2015. These sports include baseball, softball, bowling, karate, roller sports, sport climbing, squash, surfing, and wushu. On 28 September 2015, organizers proposed 5 sports to the IOC for inclusion in 2020, with the final decision in August 2016. Calendar. All dates are JST. This calendar is adapted from the candidature file. Venues. It was confirmed in February 2012 that the National Olympic Stadium in Tokyo would receive a $1 billion upgrade and full-scale reconstruction for the 2019 Rugby World Cup as well as the 2020 Olympics. As a result, a design competition for the new stadium was launched. In November 2012, the Japan Sport Council announced that out of 46 finalists, Zaha Hadid Architects was awarded the design for the new stadium. Plans included dismantling the original stadium, and expanding the capacity from 50,000 to a modern Olympic capacity of about 80,000. However, Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe announced in July 2015 that plans to build the new national stadium would be scrapped and rebid on amid public discontent over the stadium's building costs. 28 of the 33 competition venues in Tokyo are within 8 kilometers of the Olympic Village. 11 new venues are to be constructed. Heritage Zone 7 venues will be located within the central business area of Tokyo, northwest of the Olympic Village. Several of these venues were also used for the 1964 Summer Olympics. National Olympic Stadium, opening and closing ceremonies, athletics, football, Yoyogi National Gymnasium, handball, Tokyo Metropolitan Gymnasium, table tennis, Nippon Budokan, judo, Tokyo International Forum, weightlifting, Imperial Palace Garden, cycling, Kokugikan Arena, boxing. Tokyo Bay Zone 20 venues will be located in the vicinity of Tokyo Bay, southeast of the Olympic Village, predominantly on Ariake, Odaiba and the surrounding artificial islands. Kasai Rinkai Park, canoe kayak, Oisiside Park, hockey, Olympic Aquatics Center, aquatics, Tatsumi International Swimming Center, water polo, Dream Island Stadium, equestrian, Dream Island Archery Field, archery, Ariake Arena, volleyball, Olympic BMX course, cycling, Olympic Gymnastics Center, gymnastics, Ariake Coliseum, tennis, Odaiba Marine Park, triathlon and aquatics, Shiakaza Park, beach volleyball, Sea Forest cross-country course, equestrian, Sea Forest waterway, rowing and canoe kayak, Sea Forest mountain bike course, cycling. Sites farther than 8 kilometers from the Olympic Village: Osaka shooting range, shooting, Musashino Forest Sports Center, modern pentathlon, badminton, Tokyo Stadium, football, modern pentathlon and rugby sevens, Kasumigaseki Country Club, golf, Saitama Super Arena, basketball, Enoshima, sailing, Makuhari Mesa, fencing, taekwondo and wrestling, Izu Velodrome, cycling, football venues: National Olympic Stadium, Tokyo Stadium, International Stadium Yokohama, Saitama Stadium 2002, Sapporo Dome, Miyagi Stadium, Nagai Stadium. Non-competition venues: Imperial Hotel, Tokyo, IOC, Harami Futo, Olympic Village, Tokyo Big Sight, Media Press Center, International Broadcast Center. Marketing. Emblem. The initial design for the official emblems of the 2020 Summer Olympics and Paralympics were unveiled on 24 July 2015. The logo resembled a stylized T. A red circle in the top right corner represented a beating heart, the flag of Japan, and an inclusive world in which everyone accepts each other, and a black column in the center represented diversity. Shortly after the unveiling, Belgian graphics designer Olivier Debbie accused the organizing committee of plagiarizing a logo he had designed for the Tête de Ligue, which, aside from the circle, consisted of nearly identical shapes. Tokyo's organizing committee denied that the emblem design was plagiarized, arguing that the design had gone through long, extensive and international intellectual property examinations before it was cleared for use. Debbie filed a lawsuit against the IOC to prevent use of the infringing logo. The emblem's designer, Kenjiro Sano, defended the design, stating that he had never seen the Liege logo, while TOCOG released an early sketch of the design that emphasized a stylized T, and did not resemble the Liege logo. However, Sano was found to have had a history of plagiarism, with others alleging his early design plagiarized work of Jan Tschichold, that he used a photo without permission in promotional materials for the emblem, along with other past cases. On 1 September 2015, following an emergency meeting of TOCOG, Governor of Tokyo Yoichi Masuzo announced that they had decided to scrap Sano's two logos. The committee met on 2 September 2015 to decide how to approach another new logo design. In 24 November 2015, an emblems selection committee was established to organize an open call for design proposals, with a deadline set for 7 December 2015. The new and real emblem is expected to be unveiled in spring 2016. While the 2020 Olympic Games organizers decided to drop Sano's design despite rejecting the plagiarism claims, government officials seem content with, and Tokyo, and have not addressed plug-and-seize claims. A French eyewear startup has noted similarities between its company logo and a new one representing the city of Tokyo that Japanese government officials unveiled just last week. Media sponsors. As of 2015, total sponsorship for the 2020 Games reached approx. $1.5 billion, setting an Olympics record. Broadcasting. In the United States, the 2020 Summer Olympics will be broadcast by NBC, as part of a $4.38 billion agreement that began at the 2014 Winter Olympics. In Europe, these will be the first Summer Olympics under the IOC's exclusive pan-European rights deal with Discovery Communications, which began at the 2018 Winter Olympics. The rights for the 2020 Games cover almost all of Europe, excluding Russia, as well as France and the United Kingdom due to pre-existing rights deals that will expire following these Games, thus marking the BBC's and France Television's final Olympics. Discovery will sub-license coverage to free-to-air networks in each territory. Below are the confirmed television right holders. Asia 1 Dentsu, Australia 7 Network, Brazil Grupo Globo, Canada CBC, Radio Canada, Sportsnet TSN, China CCTV, Europe 2 Discovery Communications, Eurosport, France Televisions, Canal+, Japan Consortium, MENA, Bein Sports, North Korea SBS, South Korea SBS, United Kingdom BBC, United States NBC. One rights in 22 countries in Asia, to be resold to local broadcasters. except in France, Russia and United Kingdom.